Welcome to Beyond the Darkness. I'm your host today, Jessica Domingos from the EV Effect. And we're here today with my good friend, Heather Spann, who also happens to be on the EV Effect board.
Hey,
Thank you for being here.
absolutely.
So, Heather,
So, Jess,
I'm really glad you came on today. I've wanted to have you on for a while. We have lots of parallels in our life, shared loss, and I think we met, has it been 3.5, 4 years ago?
I think close to 4.
4? Yeah. Yeah, not too long after we moved here to Tyler.
Right. Y'all were still painting rocks back then.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. Things sure have shifted.
They have.
Well, if that's the case, it would have had to be longer than that because EV Effect has been in effect for 5 years.
Right.
So it'd have to be longer than that because Tanner's been gone almost 10 years.
Right. Well, we moved here. It will be 5 years in November.
Okay. So pretty close to when y'all moved here.
Yeah, not too far after that because we got connected with the Children's Park of Tyler that next year. So that was 2021.
That's when it was.
Yeah. And fun fact, we both used to facilitate the same grief support group at the Children's Park at different times.
Absolutely.
So I kept hearing about you and was like, who is this Heather? Who is this Heather person? Like, I need to meet her. Like, I got questions to ask her about grief support and what it was like to lead this group. But yeah. And so we had the parallel of that. Like, you were coming before me doing things and then I followed. And I'm trying to remember exactly where we were when we met. Was it at the park?
I think it was. I think maybe it was around a time we were doing one of the runs or something like that, or the Remembrance Day, and I had come up and had questions or something and ended up meeting you like face to face because we had talked on the phone a few times.
Yeah.
And you were working up there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
And so we do have shared loss. It's different loss, but you lost your son, Tanner. And that was 10 years ago. How old was he?
He had just turned 16 at the end of October, and December 3rd will be 10 years that he's been gone. It was a tragic, unexpected, whoa, where did this come from? Loss. And I can't believe that I have made it this far. And, that I'm as good as I am because you know what it's like. You just don't know how you're going to take another breath.
Right. And some days it's like that. Some days it's not.
Right.
And so you have to remember when you're having those days where it's like, man, I just can't breathe today. This is so big that it's not that way every day.
Absolutely.
Which I think is hopeful.
Yeah.
And having somebody with that shared loss is nice because if you're having that hard day, you can say it's a hard day. And there's somebody that understands.
Yeah. They don't understand exactly, but they understand the feeling of that loss.
Yeah. Yeah. Losing a child is, that's a hole in your heart that never fills.
It doesn't. It doesn't matter what you do. It just doesn't ever feel back up. But that's just the love that you have for that child, I think.
Yeah. It's not replaceable. And I think you grow around that hole in your heart as time goes by. And I think you've done a lot of things to grow from that experience and to heal. And I know it's not easy. And
It's not been at all, but I feel like that I had a choice and I didn't want to be bitter. I didn't want Tanner's legacy of me to be that I was a bitter person. He brought a lot of joy. He brought a lot of adventure. And I wanted to be able to be a representative of those things for him. And so, I searched and I found things that would help me to be able to get to a stage where I could do that.
What's been the most helpful for you, or what are some of those things so that people know what they can do?
Well, there was some different things I found online, some different support groups and stuff like that. Like Compassionate Friends, that kind of thing. And then I got connected with a local Compassionate Friends. And I did that pretty quickly after I lost him. It felt like I was different. It was different because I had lost a child. So I wanted to be around likewise people because they would understand and I didn't have to tell my story. I didn't have to say anything. I could just show up and they knew. And so that's why I quickly found the support to go locally. After that, I went to a retreat in Arkansas for the While You're Waiting for parents. And then that's how it started. And then I started seeing a therapist that was trauma informed, which I had never done before in my life. And that really changed my mental health for the better. I would say now it's better than it's ever been my entire life, which is crazy after losing a son.
Yeah.
But, and then I was blessed to have just different resources come into my life, different ways that I was able to use, pick up, dive into. And it, like you said, it's not a thing you can just do every day. Like, hey, I'm going to go do this.
Right.
Some days you're like, hey, I'm not going to get out of the bed. I'm not going to take a shower. I'm not going to brush my teeth. But learning to give myself that permission, that that's okay, that that's allowed, that there's not a checkbox, because that's what I wanted in the beginning, check boxes. Let me check this box. Let me check that box so I could be done with this feeling.
Grief doesn't work that way.
Absolutely not.
And you could be fine for months and then see something, hear something, and smell something. It brings it all back. And it's never a good time when it happens. Like,
absolutely not.
It's always the worst time. Like I got all these things to do. Why do I have to be feeling this way today?
Yeah.
I love that you give yourself permission to have those days.
It was something I learned, to give a permission slip, to either have those days, to lean into people. Not wanting to be a burden is something I struggled with when I was younger with my mental health. And learning that if I allow people to be my friends and be my listeners and lean into just them being there for me, it's not only helpful for them, it helps things not be so heavy for me. And, that was another permission slip, is to be able to have a tribe and to lean into them, that I didn't have to carry everything alone.
It's such a gift to be able to help somebody sometimes.
It is.
So allowing yourself to let other people do things for you is sometimes so hard. I think especially as women, because we just want to take care of everybody, and allowing yourself to be still and let somebody else do for you
is so hard.
It can cause so much anxiety. I just want to make everybody else okay. But I'm learning to say, yes, I need something.
Yeah.
And it could just be going for coffee, or like, just meet me for lunch.
Just having somebody be with you in the moment, just a still, quiet moment, just having somebody not be, a judgmental, just having a person there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a gift on both ways.
Absolutely. It's hard to be vulnerable sometimes, though.
It's really hard.
Especially after a child loss.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I've watched you be vulnerable. I've seen you on some hard days, and I'm just proud of how you always find your way out of that and have such a kind heart for people.
I get it. I know what it's like to struggle. I think that's what differentiates people, different people, is because if you've went through something hard,
Right.
And so you have more compassion for other people's hard things.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's why the EV Effect is good at what we do, and why we have the people on our board that we do, because they all have big hearts for the community.
Absolutely. And
being able to be out in the community at an event and have conversations with people and hold space for them, it takes special people to do that.
Yes, I mean, and we are vulnerable when we have our events, and we are vulnerable, which in turn allows other people to be so vulnerable, and us to give them the compassion that they may never get other places.
Right. I think being real and just being yourself is a huge part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think after child loss, for you, I don't know for you, but for me, after losing Tanner, the things in life that were important are not important anymore.
Right. And for me, my bar of things being bad is pretty high now.
Oh, absolutely.
So when people are like, oh, things are just so bad, I'm like, it's just something to do. For me, it's just something to do. Because I didn't have to. I didn't have to see what I saw that day. I didn't have to take care of the things I had to take care of them that following week. I can handle this because I've handled the worst thing you can do.
Absolutely.
And so, yeah, it's really weird to think that your bar is so high for something bad. Not to diminish
Other people's
any
stuff,
other
but
people's things or other things that happen in my life, because those are big things. They're important. But I think that experience gave me the unique ability to just look at things with a different eye
absolutely.
and be like, okay, well, if I can handle that, well, surely I can figure out how to handle this, and I'm just going to figure it out. And then I may go spend a week on the couch and cry, but
I'm going to figure this out.
Figure this out.
Yeah.
And then I have people that I can say, hey, I'm just not good. Like, I just need a friend.
I know for me, my tribe shifted. You know, it was like in the beginning, felt like people were avoiding me, leaving me. Like it was almost like it was a contagious thing that I lost Tanner.
Yeah.
And it was really hard because I felt like, why are these people that have been my friends abandoning me?
Right.
And so for me, I feel like every single thing, there's something positive out of anything that we experience. And for me, it was those people were leaving out of my life to make room for the new people that I needed in my life at the time because their season was over.
I didn't think of it that way. I like that perspective a lot.
Because it just shifted, you know, the people that they had to offer and the way they could show up for me was different. The people that came in. So the other people's seasons was just over and we had to make room for the new people.
Oh, I really love that. That's really beautiful.
So.
And not everybody has to be here for a lifetime.
No, everybody can have different seasons.
Yeah.
And if I look at it like that, then I don't have the thoughts and the feelings of being abandoned by people. And I don't have the feelings of being, what's wrong with me? You know, what did I do wrong? And feeling those feelings. Instead, I'm just like, okay, well, their season's over. What's next?
Sometimes those people are family.
They are.
And that's hard.
It is.
It is hard when your family doesn't know how to talk to you, when you're going through
Absolutely.
something so big.
Yep.
And then sometimes people come alongside you and they become family.
Yeah.
And that's really beautiful.
It is. And I think that that's the way sometimes it's meant to be.
Yeah.
Even our family members have seasons because they don't know how to show up. So when they don't know how to show up, maybe their season's over after we experience something like child loss.
Man, I'm going to have to process that a little bit. Coming in with the deep thoughts today.
Well, we don't know what we don't know.
We don't. And we're all just trying to make it through what we're going through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I think like the EV effect is so important. We have events where, you know, we have different people with different resources show up.
Yeah.
And we have events that anybody can come to.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter if you have the money or don't have the money or whatever your finances are, you can come and you can see that you're not alone and that there are compassionate people that care about you.
Right.
And it doesn't matter what your story is. You know, it doesn't matter if you've lost a child by suicide, if you've lost your brother or whoever, or if you are struggling with your mental health.
Right.
People that are at our events still show up with compassion. And I think that goes a long way of how much the growth that we've had after losing our kids.
I don't love what happened to us, but
Absolutely not.
I love what happened afterwards. And of how it brought us together, how it's brought us to other people in the community and given us the ability to give other people hope.
Yeah.
And I just commend you on your bravery for coming here today and talking with me, because I know it's not easy, especially with a big date coming up. And so I just want you to remember you're not alone through that.
Thanks.
I'll be there for you, and I know your tribe will.
I do too. And I'm really grateful that I have my tribe. I'm grateful that I've allowed myself to become vulnerable enough to open up and say, hey, it's really a hard day.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Today sucks.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Can y'all just sit here with me while I cry?
Yeah.
So
It's important to have those people. So we got connected through the children's park, and something really special is I think that both of us have stones engraved with our kids' names in the park.
yeah.
It's a really special place. I have some really special memories there. And working there was a blessing. I got to go make sure all those stones were clean and ready.
I think so. Whenever Tanner passed away, somebody that I know, they got Tanner's stone for me. They donated it. So I think actually you were the one that like called me and said, hey, we're getting it. You know, somebody donated this stone for Tanner. And I came out there and I picked one because at the time there wasn't tons and tons. And I picked one that was kind of camouflagey. But I'm pretty sure that when we met, it was because of that stone.
Okay.
Saying that now.
Where's it at in the park?
By the xylophone.
Okay.
So there's a couple of other people that, where that big rock is. There's a couple of other people that have stones there that I know that are close to Tanner's. But I'm pretty sure that you were the one that's like, hey, somebody did this. And I was like, well, I want to pick. And you were like, well, we normally don't let people pick. And I'm like, well, I'm not everybody. I want to pick. But now,
I don't work there anymore. I'm not going to get in trouble.
Now there's so many that you just you can't. But it is a very special place. And Tanner's buried, so I like call it his place when I go to the cemetery, but it's a different environment to go to hang out there and be with his stone and walk around and all of that.
It's really peaceful.
Very peaceful.
It's one of the first places we went when we moved to Tyler.
Oh, wow.
And Evie's stone is, if you go down past the xylophone down and over the bridge, she's on that curve that goes towards the waterfalls under a tree.
Yeah.
And my friend Monica, her daughter Kayla, her stone's next to Evie's. She wanted to be next to Evie's, and they have the same middle name. It's just Grace.
Oh, wow.
So I have special memories with people with stones down there.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for that place exists to help people with child loss.
Because you came across a lot of people that were just lost when they came to you to get their stones, or they needed information at the children's park in a different dynamic than I did when I was out there volunteering.
Yeah. I mean, volunteering is different than being there at that house every day and having people walk in or planning an event. Just like here, it's just at the Evie Effect, it's a whole different ballgame. Yeah. And volunteering is like this small piece. When you're doing it like 8 hours a day, or let's be real, sometimes it's 80 hours a week.
Right.
It's different in the phone calls you get.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you want to tell the community about losing a child or about mental health that you think they need to know?
I think sometimes it's really important. Something that I've really recognized and I try really hard to do is to take advantage of stopping and smelling the roses for say. We get busy every day in our hustle. We got to go to work. We got to take a shower. We got to do homework. We got to do all these things. And that is just kind of the norm for everybody in society. So we don't take time for our mental health to just breathe for a minute and give ourselves permission for that. Okay, I can do this. We don't give ourselves permission for that. And a lot of anxiety works up in the hurrying and doing. And, in the same sense, I used to be that person. And now I wish that I would have been able to stop and, smell that flower, because things can happen. You can lose your child in a split second, and that child, you never get to stop and smell that flower with that kid anymore.
Yeah.
And those things are really important for just in general, because we don't think about it. We don't think about those kind of things because the society has just got us running and running and running. And those things are so, so, so important. Taking pictures, taking videos, spending that extra 5 minutes with your kid instead of rushing them. to look at this picture or to watch this 2-minute video, even though you're in a hurry. Those things matter when you lose somebody,
Yeah.
whether it's a kid, a parent, anybody. You don't get it back.
And think about what you say.
Mm-hmm. How you react, how you respond. I mean, I know we don't know what we don't know.
Right.
But there's so many things out there now where you can learn what to say and how to say it, so that it is meaningful in a healthy way. I wish that I would have known the things I know now whenever Tanner was still here. Sometimes I struggle with, man, I sure wasn't a very good mom, but I was the best mom I knew to be with what I knew.
Same. There's some things I said I can never take back.
Absolutely.
But I also know that I can't change anything that happened before this moment.
Correct.
So I try real hard not to torture myself. And so that's my message today for everybody, is that you can't do anything before this moment.
Nope.
But you can do something moving forward with whatever your loss is, or with your children or people that you love, to take that moment to listen to them, to give that extra moment of care, and to watch your words.
Words are so, so deep.
They are. And
you know, they had that thing. I remember being a kid, sticks and stones
may break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
And that is such a false little rhyme. That is such a lie. Words are very, very, very hurtful.
Stick with you forever.
They do.
Whether you've said them or received them.
Yep.
And so that's something to remember. But also, give yourself grace. So you can't change the past. Give yourself grace and move forward and do better.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because acceptance, love, and kind words can save a life.
Absolutely. They can save a life.
Yeah. Well, I'm really grateful for this conversation.
Me too.
And for your friendship.
Same. So much so.
Well, thank you for being here today and
Absolutely.
for everything you do for the Evie Effect.
I'm glad I'm able to be a part of it.
We have a big year coming up. So
big thing.
We've got this.
I know, we do. Super excited.
Yep. So stay tuned to see what the Evie Effect does next. And thank you for being here today for this episode of Beyond the Darkness, where we find hope in every story. And we just want to remind you that your story belongs here.